The billionaire CEO slammed his palm on the glass table, his voice sharp enough to silence the entire executive floor. "Get out of my company!" he snapped, eyes blazing with contempt. The security guards hesitated, staring at the single dad standing calmly before him, holding a worn backpack. Everyone in the room assumed the man was another desperate job seeker who had wandered where he didn't belong. His clothes were simple, his shoes scuffed, and his hair slightly unkempt. He looked more like a delivery worker than someone who should be standing in a billion-dollar boardroom. "I already told you," the CEO continued coldly. "We don't hire people who lie on their resumes." The man said nothing. He simply adjusted the sleeve of his shirt, revealing part of a faded tattoo on his forearm as he shifted the bag on his shoulder. The CEO froze mid-sentence. His breath caught. The room felt suddenly smaller. That tattoo, an old military insignia intertwined with a specific unit number, was something he hadn't seen in over 20 years. His confident posture faltered, replaced by disbelief and something dangerously close to fear. The single dad noticed the change but didn't react. "I didn't lie," he said quietly. "I just didn't list everything." His voice carried no anger, only exhaustion. "I came because your HR department called me after seeing my technical assessment score." The CEO swallowed hard, staring at the tattoo as if it might disappear. Memories flooded back. Dust, gunfire, screaming radios, and a night he never spoke about. A night where one man dragged him from a burning vehicle while bullets tore through the dark. "That mark," the CEO said hoarsely, pointing. "Where did you get it?" The room held its breath. Board members exchanged confused glances. No one had ever seen their powerful leader look uncertain, let alone shaken. "Army," the man replied simply. "Special operations. Long time ago." He rolled his sleeve back down, as if the past was something he preferred covered. "After my wife died, I left everything. My son needed me more than the uniform did." The CEO's chair scraped loudly as he stood. His face had gone pale. "What's your name?" he asked, his voice suddenly stripped of arrogance. The man hesitated, then answered. The name hit the CEO like a punch to the chest. "That's not possible," the CEO whispered. "You were listed as killed in action." His hands trembled slightly now. "You saved my life. They told me you didn't make it out." The single dad gave a small, sad smile. "Would have been easier if I hadn't," he said. "But I promised my wife I'd come back. Somehow I did." The room was silent except for the distant hum of the building. The CEO walked closer, no longer the towering figure of authority, but a man confronting a debt unpaid. "I built this company because of you," he said quietly. "Because you told me to live like my second chance mattered." The guard stood frozen, unsure whether to escort the man out or salute him. The board members looked stunned as the CEO straightened his jacket and turned back to them. "Everyone leave us," he said firmly. "Now!" When the doors closed, the CEO exhaled deeply. "You shouldn't be here begging for a job," he said. "You should be honored." The single dad shook his head. "Honor doesn't buy school uniforms or asthma medicine." The words hit harder than any accusation. The CEO nodded slowly. "What do you want?" he asked. "Not charity, not pity," the man replied. "Just work, something stable. I'm tired of moving my son from one cheap apartment to another." The CEO walked back to his desk and tapped a few keys. "Director of Security Systems," he said. "Immediate start, full benefits, and flexibility for your son." He looked up. "Say no, and I'll understand." The single dad's eyes widened slightly, but he didn't smile. "I'll accept," he said, "but only if you promise one thing." The CEO nodded. "Never treat people like they're invisible again." The CEO didn't hesitate. "I promise." For the first time in years, he felt like the scared young man in the desert again, alive only because someone else had chosen courage over comfort. That evening, the single dad picked up his son from school earlier than usual. When the boy asked why, he simply said, "Because sometimes the past catches up and decides to do the right thing." High above the city, the billionaire CEO stood alone by the window, staring at his reflection. The tattoo he'd seen that day wasn't just ink. It was a reminder that power meant nothing without humanity, and that the greatest men often walk in unnoticed shoes.